What's going on, everybody? I'm the GZ guy. We are back with another video, the first video of 2022. First, I just want to say I hope everybody is having a great start to their new year, and thanks for checking in. So in today's video, we're going to go ahead and that gauge mount that I was talking about, we're going to get that sanded down and painted, get that ready for install like I was talking about in one of my last videos. Here soon, hopefully we'll be getting the gauges ordered and installed. Exciting update with the install of the new parts for the car. Good and bad news. So good news is one of my dad's friends has a shop with a lift that we're going to be able to utilize and use. It's going to make it a lot easier, get the car up off the ground, since we're going to be doing 90%, 95% of our work up underneath the car with the one-piece drive line, the new exhaust, and headers, so on and so forth, all that good stuff. So the only bad thing is it is a business. It's not my business, my dad's business. It's my dad's friends. I don't know how much filming I'm going to get to do over there. I'm going to do my best to try to get some video compiled and put together, but it won't be as in-depth as I was hoping it would be, okay? I apologize for that, but again, I got to be respectful. I got to respect his privacy. I'm just really excited and grateful that we have a place to be able to do the work. It's going to make it easier to have the car up off the ground instead of having to put it on stands and all that good stuff. So the only thing I don't know that I will be installing over there at that time, I still got to order from a Z1 the tool to get my differential bushing out and back in and press and all that good stuff. So we'll probably be doing that here at a later date, but while we're over there, we'll be getting the headers in. We'll be getting, like I said, the exhaust, the one-piece drive line, the clutch, the flywheel, and all that. And I will do my best to get as much video as I can for you guys, and I hope you understand. And I apologize that it's not going to be quite what I was hoping, but again, I got to be respectful, so I'm really grateful for that. Also today, the G is looking like absolute garbage due to all the rain and snow and everything that we've been having lately in my area, like many of you across the country. So we're going to get the car cleaned up. I wanted to touch base on the interior. One second while I get you guys flipped around here. So as you can see, the Masterpiece Automotive carbon fiber covers are looking fabulous. I had mentioned during the install on the clock piece there was that slight gap. Again, not a fitment issue. It was a me issue as far as not getting quite enough of the 2M in there, or 3M tape, sorry. So we got that all back down. Everything is looking good. I don't know if I mentioned, or probably not, and I haven't really done a video. For Christmas, I did get some black towels for covering my floor from my lady, so thank you to you if you are watching this, because everybody gives me so much crap, if you will, for the white towels in there. I know it's kind of goofy. Let's also talk about some other things that are going to be coming up hopefully this year with the G. I do plan on getting a different steering wheel, carbon fiber, and either Alcantara or leather. I haven't decided, along with a carbon fiber shift knob. I was hoping to have that already, since I'll be putting the short shifter in when we do the install of the other stuff. But that's an easy swap later on down the road. I'm hoping to get the windows tinted on the car throughout this year. That will look good. And probably going to wrap the roof in a gloss black, as well as possibly, I'm still debating if I want to do color match hood or straight carbon fiber, but that might be coming up, as well as I might be doing the trunk and carbon fiber. I haven't decided. So we got some big things coming up. I'm excited. We're going to focus in on some suspension mods this year and get that dialed in. But, you know, it's a slow process, but I'm really happy with how the car has been coming along. And so grateful to all you guys and gals that have been checking in. And like I've said in the past, I look forward to doing this journey together. Please, guys, comment down below. I've had a few people reach out to me that, you know, I try to get back to all my viewers. This is a community channel. At least that's what I want it to be. It doesn't matter if you're into G's or Z's or Nissan in a whole. I enjoy cars and talking about cars. Also, one of my buddies with his Accord, we've been talking about trying to get a collab video kind of deal. Well, not collab, he doesn't have a YouTube channel, but get his car on the channel and go over some stuff. It is a cool build, so hopefully we'll have that coming up. And speaking of collabs, one of my buddies, Fix It Up Jack, is what he goes by here on YouTube and Instagram. He has been gracious and generous enough. He's going to teach me how to do some powder coating. So that will be coming up this year. We will be doing a collab video on that. I am really excited for that. I think that will be fun. He does awesome work. So we'll be, the plan is at this point to powder coat the timing covers on the front there. And once I learn how to do it, we'll figure out what else we want to do and get that going. So a lot coming up, guys. So stay tuned. Make sure you're checking in. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. You know the drill. Hit that bell notification so when we do get new stuff coming out, you are the first to know. And we'll get moving forward. Let me grab everything we need for getting that gauge mount cleaned up and painted, and we'll get that started. All right, stand by for a sec, guys. All right, guys, so got the sandpaper out. This is a 220 grit that we're going to be going over with. I'm going to start with a little heavier grit just to kind of get, because this was 3D printed, as you can see, some of that texture off, and we'll get it smoothed out. And then I'm going to hit it with some Rust-Oleum and get that, it's the black Rust-Oleum, get that painted up. And I haven't decided if I'm going to hit it with a clear coat or not. We'll see how it turns out. So I'm going to get this sanded down. I'll air it off with the air compressor really quick to get all the small pieces off it once we get it to where we like. So I'll get sanding here. I am not going to lie, I don't do a lot of paint, and I've done some stuff in the past. But if you guys check out More Motorsports, also Texas Honda channel, he has awesome content on DIY how to paint and prep. And honestly, I've learned a lot just from watching his channel. So I feel pretty confident going into this. I'm not worried I'm going to screw it up too badly. Just like I said, I'll test my hand at it. But definitely, guys, go check out his channels. If you have any paint projects or anything like that coming up and you kind of can't figure out where to go, he has a ton of videos with a ton of great content. So definitely check him out as well, guys. And give him some love. And like I said, everything from painting his own cars to, you know, accessories and stuff like that. So we'll get into this. I'll get the camera set up so we can get some shots of me doing some sanding, and we'll see how this turns out. Alright guys, so we went ahead and used the 320 and 220 grit on this. You can still see the lines, but it is smooth to the touch now. I went ahead and scuffed up around the sides too, where the gauges will mount, in hopes that the paint will go ahead and adhere and take better. Super easy. And after I sanded, I went ahead with the air compressor, aired it off, then wiped it down there with that paper towel. So I think we should be good to move on to the next step there. We'll go ahead and get some paint laid on this. I'm going to start off super thin coat to begin with, just to make sure everything's taking, and before we get too deep into it, in case I need to sand that off and go to the next step. I don't think I need to use a primer on this. Again, guys, not a paint guy, doing the best I can, but from my understanding, this should take to this with no issues without having to hit it with a primer. So we'll move on to the next step. All right, guys, so I've been shaking the paint here for a minute. Just a couple quick test sprays. Got an old piece of cardboard, and like I said, we'll go ahead and just start laying it on just like that. So I'm just going to do a quick light coat to begin with. Not too worried about the edges. Again, this will mount where the ashtray is currently, and that will come out. So Just going to go ahead and go through this process. Like I said, got a couple light coats to start with here we'll do, and then I'll let you know how it turns out. Stand by. All right, guys, so I got 2 thin coats on right now. You can still see when the light hits it just right, some of those lines in there, but I think once we get a couple more good coats on there, that will go away. But so far, I'm okay and happy with how this is turning out. Don't see any debris or anything like that in the paint. So far so good. I'm gonna let this dry for a few, wait until it's just barely tacky, and I'll hit it with another coat and update you. So guys, while that's drying, I figured I would give you kind of an idea of what's going on here at my place in the shop. So under this tarp is my buddy's Z31. The motor is over in another part of the shop here, and in the back there you can see a Trans Am that is my dad's. So in another bay over here in the corner, it has built up with cardboard and whatnot that we need to get rid of. And underneath that is the 240Z. I apologize for the lighting in here. So I need to this summer get all that cleaned out and dealt with. And then unfortunately we limited space, more stuff than we know what to do with. A lot of it's my stuff, and literally, let's just be honest, it's junk I need to deal with and take care of that's accumulated over time. And then right here, where this bay is my shop, so to say. And I've stored stuff in there over the years. So the motor for that Z31 is actually built. My buddy and I worked on that. And it's been a couple of years now past. He had some stuff come up with his family and so on. So he's bought a new place, and in the process, we've been working on getting a shop built. He's building a shop. It's not mine, but it's a collab type deal. Or I won't even say a collab. What's the word up? He's gracious enough to, he's going to let me take my 300 out there. The 240 is going to go out there. And I also have the twin turbo motor for the Z32 sitting in there. I've got a weight set and a bunch of stuff got to get cleaned out, so that way I can start pulling cars in and getting you guys some better content and have an area where I can start projects and whatnot and don't have to rush and try to get everything done within a day or two if it's a more in-depth project. So it's kind of wanted to touch base on that, let you guys kind of know what's going on, because I've talked about I've got to get some stuff cleaned up and organized. So that's where we're at with that. The shop is basically an old barn that my dad converted when I was younger into a shop, and was nice enough to put a bay in for me. So this is my makeshift shop slash barn, whatever you want to call it, workspace. So that's kind of where we're at with that. His car, the Z31, once we get the motor back in that and life kind of starts to come back into line, I'll chat with him about putting that on the channel. I had mentioned in one of my first videos, I don't want to really show the car on camera and whatnot too much without his permission. It's not my car, so I want to be respectful to that aspect. So, and chatting with him, you know, if he says, yeah, go ahead and show what's going on and so on, I will gladly do that. But again, it's not mine to put out for everybody to see. And again, I like to be respectful of others and their privacy and their wants. So I will, at some point, I will give you at least over on my Instagram, we'll just do maybe a couple of still shots of it or whatever. But as far as everything he has done to it and so on, that's, again, not my place to disclose all that. But it has been being stored here interim, like I said, from the time he had to go from where he was to where he's at. So we'll go check on that, see how much that's dried up, get on to the next coat. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put another light coat over it. I'm gonna let this one dry down a little bit more before putting the final coat on it, but it's turning out pretty good. As it dries out, and you can see as I put more coats on, you can still see a little bit of where the 3D printing was. on camera. To the naked eye though, it's actually pretty smooth. So I think once we let this dry out all the way, put the final coat over it, it's going to look phenomenal. So I'll follow up with that later on, but for now we'll let that dry and move on. All right guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. I'm going to take the rest of my day, get the G pulled over to the side before I run out of complete daylight, get it cleaned up, and check the oil and all that good stuff, make sure everything is good to go. Because remember, you take care of your car, it's going to take care of you. Thank you so much guys for checking in. I really appreciate it. We got a lot coming. We're moving forward. Things aren't going necessarily as quick as I would like or had hoped, but you know, sometimes in life things just don't line up. But the one thing that I can say, just be positive guys. You know, a lot of people have been going through some stuff with the last couple years, and I get it, but do your part, do the best you can. Know you're not alone, and we will all get through this together eventually. So hopefully this brings you some joy and happiness and entertainment interim, and I just want you to know I really appreciate you guys checking in. So remember, be kind to each other. I can't wait to get going into 2022 with you guys and let you get to know me better, get to know the cars better, and do this thing as a whole. And like I said guys, feel free to reach out. I will do my best to get back to people, and you know, if you haven't done so, hit me up over on Instagram. It is the same thing, hashtag the GZ guy. Give me a follow. Let me see what you guys are driving, your builds. I love watching everybody else's stuff out there and seeing what they got. I respect all builds all the way around, and we all have different tastes, and I think that's what makes this community so fun. So all right guys, be kind to each other. Bye.